Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to today's session. In today's session, we're just going to look at the currency pairs, how I anticipate them to play out during the week, and what potential trades that we have that we might take advantage of, right? So we're going to start off with DXY, obviously. So we're going to start off obviously from the monthly perspective because July is almost over. Today is the last day, obviously. So by tomorrow, it will be a new monthly candlestick. So we need to start looking at the monthly perspective. So you can see from the monthly perspective here, we have the DXY. It's obviously still in an uptrend. As if we zoom out, you can actually see that prices are just pushing higher and higher. We had these lows, created these highs, higher lows, higher highs here. And now if we zoom in on this month's candle, we can actually see that prices tried to push lower than these most recent lows, but then prices have been rejected. Like you can see this, right? There's a very high rejection, like there's a very high bullish pressure that prices have been rejected from down here, right? So obviously prices are still on the support structure. Prices are obviously still on this support structure here. This one right here. So obviously you can see that prices have been rejected from here, right? So it indicates that the bullish pressure is still very strong, and that the bears are less likely to stand a chance. So obviously I'm anticipating to see how prices will actually play out this coming month. Anticipating to see the bulls take over, the US dollar to become stronger. So that's my long-term perspective, right? Now if we look at it from the lower, if we look at it at the lower perspective or the lower time frames, right here we're on the weekly perspective, right? So obviously prices are on a support structure, high probabilities of prices being pushed higher. However, we can't ignore the market structure, right? Because obviously that's what guides us. Now if we look at the market structure here, we can obviously see that prices are in a downtrend. This is from the weekly perspective. As we had these highs, prices created here a low, and then created a lower high, same low, lower high, and then here prices created a lower low. So obviously prices are some kind of in a downtrend on this weekly perspective, although from the monthly perspective we understand that prices have a very high possibility of pushing higher. Now we have to scale in on the lower time frames. So if we look at it from a daily perspective, okay, we can see here prices are in a downtrend. As for instance, just this picture here, we had these highs, these lows. We had lower highs, lower lows, right? So we have this lower time frame perspective that prices are kind of in a downtrend, although the higher time frames indicate that prices have a very high possibility of being bullish in the long run. Now we can't ignore the higher time frames, but still we have to follow the lower time frames, what they're actually doing, because we are actually trading on the lower time frames. If we look at the minor trend on the daily, we can see here we kind of had a bullish run. Prices created a high, start pushing lower, and then created a higher high. So there's a high possibility that prices might be looking to go high, but obviously on Friday prices closed with a doji, indicating a lack of momentum. So from that perspective, we have to understand that prices might retrace before they actually, keep on pushing higher. For me to actually take a buy trade on this pair, I'll have to see prices break above here, give me a retest. That's when we'll continue going higher. If I see this right here, that's what I'll be doing. That's when I'll be buying. For me to take a sell, I'll just have to look for a confirmation here, because prices are on a resistance structure, right? So I'll just have to see a bearish confirmation and I'm all in the vibes. So that's what I'm anticipating to see happen on DXY. How will this affect other currency pairs? Let's start with Euro USD. Okay, so today I think FXCM has some technical issues. That's why you can see a lot of gaps. If you're using FXCM, ignore this. So let's look at Oanda. Right here, let's look at Euro USD. Perfect. You see it doesn't have the gap, right? So if you look at it from a daily perspective, So if the US dollar actually keeps on pushing higher, the Euro USD will sell. However, with the current structure that's in play right now, we can obviously see even on Euro USD, prices are creating, like you had this downtrend, crazy downtrend, and then prices started creating an uptrend here as we had this crazy bullish run, and then a retracement, another push higher, a higher low, and then a higher high, right? So there's a very high possibility of prices, keep on pushing higher. That's from the weekly perspective. So if we look at it from a daily perspective, we can actually see as if prices have already started, taking things in hand and going higher. So if we perhaps draw a ascending trend line like that, we can actually see that prices are still in an uptrend. So for me to take a sell on Euro USD, for me to take a sell on this thing, I'll have to wait to see prices actually break. Oh, excuse me. I'll have to see prices break below this structure here, give me a retest. That's when we'll be going short, right? Because then the trend will have been broken. For me to take a buy, obviously I'll just be looking for confirmations here to, engulf this anchor candlestick. Once this anchor candlestick is taken out, we all in, no holding back, the vibes. So let's take a look at GU. Obviously it's positively correlated with Euro USD, so high chances we'll be looking for buys, right? You can see on Friday, this is the weekly perspective. Imagine prices closing on a weekly perspective with this kind of a doji. That means that the bears don't stand a chance. They have no momentum. So obviously I'll be looking for buys in this thing, perhaps to push until it reaches somewhere up here, right? Because prices have already broken this structure here. Right here, we can obviously see its structure has already been broken, retested. So obviously a solid bullish confirmation will actually be what we're looking for prices to keep on pushing higher. I'm just going to be very brief today. I'm just going to make it fast. We have gold. Okay, so prices actually broke above this thing, gave us a retest, and then indicated as if it's going to be pushing higher. But for the past 2 weeks, we can see prices closed with dojis, no momentum in gold. I don't really trade gold that much. As you can see, it doesn't really have that much momentum, but obviously it's inversely correlated with DXY. So if DXY will actually be bullish, then we'll be looking for sells. If DXY will be bearish, then we'll be looking for buys in gold in it. But right now there are a lot of fundamental influences that are actually influencing the movement of gold. So it's not just about the price movement of DXY that influences the movement of gold. So we really need to be careful when trading gold. But currently we can actually see that it doesn't have momentum, so there's a high possibility we may see a retracement and then perhaps a continuation if it's going to be bullish. If not, then you never know, prices might just take off. Gold does that. So let's finish off with JPYX. Obviously JPYX has been very volatile for the past few days. If we look at it from a daily perspective, look at that candle, man. It's crazy. So on Thursday, prices became crazy bullish. On Friday, prices just tanked. Like, it's as if they're going to look for gold mines down there, man. Like, it's crazy, falling crazy. Look at this. Today's candle, it's not even half day yet, and it has already moved a lot of pips like this, man. So with JPYX, I won't be trading it currently. I'll be waiting if it will actually break below this structure, then we'll be looking for sells. But if it forms some kind of a doji once it reaches here, indicating a lack of momentum, then I'll be looking for buys, as I know it will be creating some kind of a range. So then I'll be looking for buys to take off until prices reach some high somewhere around here, and then I'll be closing my position. So that's our game plan on JPYX, which will actually influence the movement of JPYX. So should prices reach here where they're actually approaching, and then form some kind of a doji or something, then we'll be looking for sells. Where's that arrow? Man. Has TradingView updated its toolkit? What's going on? I can see the arrow right here. Whatever, man. So yeah, something is up. Like there's an arrow here, it's not there. So I'll be looking for a sell if prices close here with a doji, then we'll be looking for sells until prices reach here. Let me just use this one. Prices to sell until they reach here. Now, should prices break above this structure here, that means we'll be looking for bullish continuations. That's our game plan on USDJPY. Eurojpy, same thing apply. As you can see here, it's now approaching this kind of a structure. So should prices close here with a doji, indicating some kind of a lack of momentum, we'll be looking for sells, probably to tank until somewhere down here. If prices break above this structure, we'll be looking for solid bullish confirmations to continue with this bullish trend, right? Same thing, CAD JPY. Okay, so as I was saying, CAD JPY, same thing applies here. If prices break above here, then we'll be looking for solid bullish confirmations to continue the bullish trend. Somewhere up here, we'll be looking for that one to continue. But if prices reach here and they indicate some kind of a lack of